How to survive a zombie apocalypse. The gory apocalypse has arrived. People have transformed into bizarre animals and are devouring one another. The zombie apocalypse is upon us. What exactly are you doing? Can you live in a world where your lunch, supper, and dinner? Do you believe you could come up with the ideal survival strategy? Forget all the things you've learned from zombie movies. Things would be extremely different in real life. Perhaps you imagine yourself nesting in a shopping mall or a hotel. Nothing could be further from the truth. The path to surviving the zombie apocalypse involves numerous logistical elements, and only a real strategist will be able to do it. In this video, we are going to be looking at how to survive a zombie apocalypse, so you might want to stay tuned to this video, or else the zombies might just eat your brains out. The zombie outbreak is a recurrent theme in horror fiction. Zombie-themed games have recently grown in popularity as a result of their popularity in classics like The Walking Dead and films such as World War Z. But what if things went wrong and you had to endure the end times on your own? Could you pull it off? It doesn't have to be all gloom and doom while preparing for the zombie apocalypse. Making your own survival kit may be a lot of fun. Here, we will go over some of the finest techniques for surviving a zombie apocalypse. Endurance training. Your weapons are depleted. There is nothing else that can help you live. So, what's your next step? Run. The zombies we usually see in movies are generally sluggish, allowing you to easily outpace them and live. Try endurance training and running for extended periods of time, making sure to choose a course with hazards on the ground so you understand how to effortlessly clear these. The more you can move without getting tired, the better your chances of surviving this calamity. While initial zombie movies portrayed zombies as sluggish, lumbering animals with an ungainly pace, zombie studies have shown that zombie pace varies based on the zombie. Some zombies are incredibly fast runners, making them lethal forces. As a result, it is advised to avoid zombie-infested areas once the world has fallen. This implies you should leave the major cities as soon as possible. Any areas with mega cities or significant human population density should be considered dead zones. Look for communal shelters in the country's interior. Looking for food. You may have escaped a zombie apocalypse at the last instant, leaving the contents of your refrigerator and cabinets behind. Understanding foraging tactics is one of the most important lessons you can learn from this video. There are many plants in the outdoors that may be either your ally or your opponent. Bring up a picture of the flora and wildlife in your area, as well as the fungus. Learning all of this information ensures that you will not be eating poisonous salad for lunch during a zombie apocalypse. Discover how to make fire. Knowing how to build a fire is an important element of surviving an apocalypse. A fire makes you feel warm, nourished, and secure from predators, including the wandering dead. You may subscribe to a lot of internet resources to learn how to create and ignite a fire. Knowing how to create a fire without sparks or lighters is a crucial element of surviving an undead situation and acquiring new skills. In this instance, you should include some flint or steel in your zombie emergency kit, along with some food and drink. You may also learn about friction-based fire starting methods and how to use a lens to direct sunlight where you want your fire to start. Begin training now so that you will be ready when the dead rise and take over the planet. Keep your campsite clean. When the zombie apocalypse occurs, you will very certainly leave your home and set up camp somewhere safe. The greatest spot to flee a zombie is high above, from which you can see them approaching. Keep in mind that a zombie does not sleep, so make sure you have a secure place to replenish your batteries that is out of harm's way. A messy campground might attract not just zombies but also wildlife. Try not to put up a tent where you know danger is nearby, and keep food, or in the event of zombies, yourself, out of their sniffing range. Stay hydrated. Stomach sickness is the last thing you want to deal with while surviving a zombie apocalypse. To avoid this disaster, boil your water before consuming it. All waterborne infections may be eliminated by boiling your water for 1 minute. Any survivalist worth his or her salt will consider incorporating water cleaning tablets into their survival kit. Map reading abilities. Surviving through the zombie apocalypse and emerging unscathed necessitates a firm knowledge of your surroundings. It is critical to have good map reading abilities at this time. Your phone will no longer operate, and GPS will be obsolete when phone towers and satellites cease to exist. Thus, knowing and interpreting topographic maps can help you decide where to stay in an emergency. A zombie cannot perform some tasks, such as climbing. They lack the physical and mental ability to embrace climbing. However, we do. So if you get to the edge of a cliff, the last thing you really want to be overcome by is a paralyzing fear of heights. Take advantage of your height and seize the opportunity to flee. Bring out your inner archer. Weapons are an important aspect of surviving a zombie apocalypse. Guns run out of bullets, while knives force you to get up close and personal with the zombies. So, what is the best course of action here? It's straightforward. Get yourself a bow and arrow or crossbow. This weapon might be the answer to your survival. It's useful and doesn't take much time to learn. Bow hunting will undoubtedly resurface following the apocalypse, though we're sure the news will be eclipsed by other events in the world. Arrows can be retrieved after use, giving them a sustainable supply of ammo, and being able to fire properly may get you out of a lot of tight spots. Learn how to fish. The number of fish you can catch will not be affected by a zombie outbreak unless the virus affects the water. Fishermen will have an advantage over the rest of the survivors since they will have a consistent food source. Bid farewell to the idyllic picture of fishing on a riverside. This is all about knowing where the greatest fish are and catching them quickly enough to keep you nourished till the end of the world. How to get rid of a zombie. To kill a zombie, you must first strike their diseased brain. You may either bash it in, shoot it, or run it over, a dealer's option. Separating the brain stem from the remainder of the body will stop the zombie from functioning. Team up. There's nothing worse than facing a zombie invasion on your own, so be sure you have a team. It's normally advisable to go with 1 or 2 other individuals, but avoid large groups. You draw too much attention. When selecting the finest individual to pair up with, make sure they are strong, knowledgeable, resourceful, and gutsy. Simultaneously, sluggish and dim friends will make excellent zombie bait and offer you a greater chance of escaping unhurt. Now, just what happens in the case of an infestation? The explanation is straightforward, but it doesn't make things any easier to bear. If one of your buddies becomes infected, you must eliminate them. And, of course, if you become infected, expect your pals to reciprocate. What most people forget is that you must correctly dispose of the body so that you do not contaminate yourself or others. There are several talents you might intend to master in order to survive a zombie onslaught. Forget about your house, your possessions, and even other people. Survival boils down to selfishness, and it's our nature to prioritize our own needs over those of others. Consider where you live. Is it snowing? Is that a tall building? How would you get away if a horde of the undead approached you? Examine the logic behind the art of surviving. Read a few intriguing guide materials on how to prepare for this circumstance, and most importantly, live. That's all, folks. Do you think you can survive a zombie apocalypse? So, you have any of the skills listed above? Do you agree with the approaches outlined above? Or do you have a different perspective or other suggestions? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. We'll be back soon. Good luck till then.